Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a quick video. I'm doing a review of a webcam, and you're not going to believe how cheap it was. I know it gets cheap and it's cheaper. This is more like a bargain, and a good bargain, not one of those that just simply fall apart by the time you get it home. Just a quick disclaimer. All the products that you'll see in this video, I purchased out of my own pocket. So let's go have some fun. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a quick video. I'm doing a review of a webcam, and you're not going to believe how cheap it was. I know it gets cheap and it's cheaper. This is more like a bargain, and a good bargain, not one of those that just simply fall apart by the time you get it home. But I think this one is going to be a good one because it contradicts what I read on the reviews, and they actually were very believable reviews. So I'm like, I mean, it's very cheap. I can always use it as a doorstop or something like that, but after testing it, I was like, wow. The problem must have been between the chair and the keyboard, perhaps. Not quite sure. But yeah. So let's go ahead and unbox it. And like I said, you're not gonna believe how much I paid for this thing. It's well worth it, and you'll see why. You'll see why. But the prices over here. The retail price that's on the store, but it's still much cheaper than that. But anyway, this is the Ultimo 1080p camera webcam, one of those that you hook on your monitor, and it comes in a simple package. It is supposed to be 1080p 60 frames per second, and we'll see about that. It doesn't have a light, which is like, well, it all depends on if the lens is good enough. Does it have the technology to actually capture light and still give you a good resolution? So again, we'll see. It's supposed to have dual microphones, and obviously that helps pick up a better definition of the voice. Whether if you lean to one side or to the other, it's supposed to balance out. And that's hence for the two microphones. Not quite sure if it is stereo. Doesn't really specify. Actually, a lot of the products don't specify if it's actual stereo, but you presume that because it has two microphones, one on the left and one on the right, hence stereo. But we can easily test that by, I guess, putting on a scale meter, voice meter, or whatever, and see the actual two channels there. If not, then it's only a single microphone, a single channel, and we'll see later on. But further ado, let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Classroom, conference, video chat, multi-person meeting, live broadcast. That's what it says here, but it's all pretty much just something to put back here because they're all the same. I mean, classroom teaching video, that is perhaps live broadcast. I mean, you guess you can record it, but still, video chat, that is live broadcast. Multi-person meeting, that's also live broadcast. Unless you have a cutout and just pretend that you're part of the meeting. sick and tired of so many meetings, and I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this thing. Let's see what's inside. Just bubble wrap, besides the camera, of course, but no protective covering. Oh, I mean, no styrofoam or nothing like that. Then again, I guess it's a good thing that you have less garbage to dispose of. And we have the instructions, which are very, very skinny. So okay, nothing else. Nope. Okay, I'm starting to get a feeling I got my money's worth, and part of the box was probably the price. All right, so let's move this out of the way. So let's see what we have here. Okay, this is a pretty long cable. It looks like maybe a 6-footer or something like that. At least the gauge of the insulation seems to be of a good gauge. It's not, seems to be like a 18 gauge or something like that. So it's not, doesn't look frail. Of course, it has your filter here. So cable-wise, looks pretty good. So if anything, you have a pretty good cable here. Doesn't look like it's one of those that's just going to disintegrate over time. Okay, so inside my stress relief bubble bag, we have the camera. It doesn't feel cheap, plastic wise. It doesn't feel like it's gonna collapse on itself or anything like that. It looks like it is RHS approved, but it is made in China. But it does have other certifications from independent testing laboratories for safety and quality and so on and so forth. So that sticker there definitely makes me feel a little bit better. And time will tell, of course. It has a padded platform for which you'll be able to rest and anchor the camera to the screen, a laptop screen or your regular monitor, and it seems like you have ample room to adjust this. Now I wish that you could have a little bit more of a tension, because this is free to move, and I suppose that if you tighten this screw here, it'll probably give you a better grip as you close down the hinge and bite down on your monitor, because your monitor will be here. So the point is to anchor it down. But if this just moves freely, then it defeats the whole purpose. But anyway, so yeah, so it's padded here, padded on the side. There's a little bit of padding here. There's a little bit of weight on the back, which definitely will help balance the camera. It's not going to be tipping over. The lens itself is not movable because it's supposed to be out of focus, so you're not going to be changing the focus manually or nothing like that. And it looks like it has tape over here, I guess. Is it to remove the... Not quite sure whether there was tape there. I thought that there was a plastic on this portion of it, and we just lift up, but this thing that was just stuck on the face of it for, I guess, apparently no reason. Because it wasn't covering the mic, because it's supposed to have two mics, and I presume it's this feels here. So yeah, not quite sure. Okay, let's put this to the side. So there you have it. It is a 1080p, supposed to be 60 frames per second, and out of focus. It's supposed to work well in low illumination. And one thing that that I see here is that the cable is on the side, which I see can be problematic, because it might probably tend to pull on the camera to one side. I don't know whether they just centralize it so that way it's easier, or have some kind of guiding loop that you can attach it to, and that way you don't have this cable just all lopsided and your camera just acting crazy. But one of the things that I've noticed is that you can actually neutralize that by either running it across to the other side or below it. So because I do have other cameras that has the same weird positioning, so you have to get creative with it. Not quite sure why that creativity is not done at the factory. I guess you didn't pay for that because it was cheap. I don't know. Okay, so let's see what's on the instructions here. And okay, so pretty much everything that I was talking about the anchoring the camera to the monitor, etc., which is kind of sort of self-explanatory. So it is USB 2 and 3 compatible, which is good. That is awesome. Let's see what else here. Okay, it says okay. You plug in the camera, put it on, on its final destination, and plug it in and wait for 3 seconds, or how many seconds or minutes your computer will take to recognize it or reject it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's not much of instruction here, but anyway, so features: light adjustment, maybe by software. It is plug and play. It's very compatible. Adaptive image, I guess that means autofocus. Is HD video call, HD, etc. And of course, what it says in the box, live webcast optimization. Not quite sure what that means. Live web class optimization. Unless they have an app that you can download, there's nothing in the box. So these features, the only thing I can see is that if there's an app that you can download, but all these pages don't tell you anything about any app, and definitely there is no mention of an interface built into the app, into the cam. So not quite sure what all those words may mean. They might just be simply placeholders on the paper. And and something perhaps that your operating system can assist. Not quite sure. Definitely, it's not helpful. That's for sure. But yeah, so that's the camera. Now for the big reveal. Yeah, so I actually got this camera for $5, brand new, at the store. My favorite store, Micro Center, which I happened to run into again. Seem to be running into the store plenty of times lately. But yeah, $4.99. Believe it or not. Now I bought this with my own money. This has not been paid for by the manufacturer of the camera or anything alike, or Micro Center. So everything that I have reviewed so far, yes, being paid by my own money, and I'm just simply a consumer that happens to walk into the store and say, "Oh my God, look at this! This is very expensive, so I'm gonna go and give it a try." And a lot of people, of course, don't go out of their way and just simply try anything. Even though I have many other webcams and stuff like that, but because you don't want to fall into the, oh my God, if it is that cheap, then that means that there's nothing for me in it, so I'm not gonna even try. But this time I think it was a good purchase. I think it's something that many people can take advantage of. In the store, you're gonna find it labeled as $19.99, but it actually is a closeout at the time of this filming, of course, and they're going for $4.99. I've seen many places where, in Amazon, for example, they have it for $10.99. In eBay, I've seen it going many different prices, all the way to $30 or $40. But yeah, so I will definitely recommend this, despite the fact that when you go to the website, to Micro Center website, and there are many people that were very unsatisfied with the camera. But I still went ahead and bought it anyway. Again, it was only $5, and they had plenty of them at the store. And one thing that I found out was that many people were having issues with the camera just simply dropping off and not coming back again. At least that's what they describe on the reviews, and there were actually plenty of them. But I still went ahead and just took one for the team, and bought it anyway. And of course, I just didn't buy one. I bought 3, because I'm like, okay, so if I'm gonna be that lucky, according to the reviews, one of these cameras should at least be worth $15. You know, the one that is working, picking up for the other 2. So still, I'm at a good range. So if out of the 3 only one work, yeah, okay, fine. I got a good $15 camera. You know, the other 2 sacrifice for the other one. But yeah, so pretty much that's the review or the unboxing and me blobbing about it. But one thing that you guys already been experiencing is the quality of the camera. I'm actually recording in one of the cameras that I bought. This one here is empty, and this camera over here is my finger, right there. That's the camera, the same camera as this one, and I think it's pretty good. Let me go ahead and turn off any additional lighting. Okay, and as you can see, even though I have this other camera here, let me just flip it out of the way. Yeah, the lighting, the pickup on the camera is awesome. In fact, let me go ahead and turn off this other camera here. So that way there is absolutely no light except for the light in the room. And as you can see, it is pretty good. The colors are very natural, and the quality of it seems to be a very good $5 camera. And I actually have owned many other webcams that are much more expensive than this one, and I say that yeah, this one definitely it's worth more than $5, obviously. So I think I came up a winner on this one, that's for sure. The only one thing that I saw was that if you use an old USB splitter or what have you, even if it is powered, the camera will shut down. But I have used I have an inland 7-port, it's also powered, and I have a ONN USB port hub, which is also powered, and both of them work just fine in different ports. But the older one that I have, that I tested on, does not work well, even though if it is powered. But I think that one is not 2.0 compatible. So yeah, I was very surprised to find that this camera for $5 actually is worth the money. And let's test real quick here the audio from it. Let's see, let me change my settings real quick. And let's see. So this is the audio from the camera. And obviously the microphone that I've been recording with is is of a much higher amplitude, if you will. It picks up much more. This one here might probably need a little bit of adjustments on the volume department. So let's see. Right now I'm like 45% gain. Let me just adjust it a little bit and see if that either picks up a lot of more noise or is it clear when I'm speaking. Of course, I'm about 2 feet away from it, which is pretty much where you're gonna be if you're conducting any of those live chat thingies here, like the picture describes. If you're gonna be talking to the camera, whatever the activity may be. So I'm speaking naturally. I'm not yelling or anything like that. In fact, I have not changed my tone of voice from before. And we are back to my recording mic. So pretty much that's it for the test. Yes, I know I could go on bringing up the charts and all that stuff, and showing you the frames per second and all that, but the thing is that if you blink, you miss it. The point is that if you have a camera that that does what it says it's gonna do, let me enlarge this here. That does what you need it to do, and it delivers, then yeah, that is your camera. So why do I have to go through all the jumping through hoops and all that when the picture is in the the pudding is in the proof. If this works for me, it's gonna work for you. The comparing to other cameras that you might probably have seen, you might probably have the fact that the colors are good. It does autofocus. It might not be the top-notch camera, of course not. It might not be that, but it was only $5. Yeah. So I think this is a good buy, a good purchase, and I think this camera, despite the fact that many users have bad experience with it, if of course mileage may vary. That's just going to put that out there. For me, it first plug-in and it worked, and then I found out that then it didn't work. But then I plugged it into the other, but I knew that hub was not 100% compatible because I had all the stuff there that wasn't working. So I knew the hub would have been an issue. But that's why I had the other hub. There was 2.0, and then I had the inland that is also 2.0 and 3.1 compatible, all that stuff. So I did plugged it into the old one first, just to see how it would perform, and it worked, but then it dropped, and I will engage it back again, and it will work for a couple seconds and it will drop. But as soon as I plugged it into the other newer hubs, then I had no issues. As you can see, this entire video, almost a half an hour, I've been using the camera, and I have zero issues with it. And just to show you that it is the camera, this whole video, believe it or not, has been part of the test. So this whole entire time you thought I was going to go through a very choreographed test and pull out my oscilloscope and all that stuff, which I don't have one anyway, and do all this stuff, but no, this is the camera right here, and it works very, very well. So you can see there's no issues moving the cables or nothing like that. There was somebody on the review that said that the camera was kind of falling apart and stuff like that, but it's not. It works really, really well. There's no blur freezing or nothing like that, no motion freezing or nothing like that. The light is very good. The hue and the coloring, all that stuff, I think is on point. Better than a $30 camera, which I'm not gonna point where it's at, that I actually use. Which, between you and me, I think I'll have that one reassigned someplace else. But anyway, yes. So this is a review for the Ultimo 4080p webcam, which is right now at a steal or $4.99 at Micro Center. Again, it's not being sponsored by Micro Center or anybody in there. This is just honest review of something that I stumbled upon in my favorite store, and I just wanted to let you guys know about it. Well, there you have it. And don't forget to follow me in all my social media. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.